Hello, I'm going to show you an alternative to Excel for doing graphs, especially for the minimum and maximum slopes. So what I will do is I will take data from Excel. So I will open one Excel experiment, and this was, for example, the time squared versus the height of free fall. And we had data for the height in this column, and we had data for the time squared on this column. And we had produced this graph with the best fit line, the minimum and maximum slopes. But the idea is that we need a better way to do this min-max slopes because in Excel it's a very cumbersome and very tedious way of doing this. You have to introduce new data sets and connect fixed points. And once you do that, it's not easy to change that. You need to find again new points, and it's really not convenient. So we'll use graphical analysis for doing this. As I said, we'll take data from Excel. So one column, for the horizontal column, I'm going to take the height, just copy and paste over to the graphical analysis. Column X. Column Y is the average time squared. So again, copy, paste. I will modify the columns now. Just double click on this, give it a name. The name will also appear on there as an axis label. So height, units, centimeters. And click on options. I want to change this to show the decimal place. So instead of automatic for the decimal places, I want to set it to 1. And also I can give the uncertainties right away on this. I will use, let's go back to Excel. This was 0.4 for the height, so a fixed value for the uncertainty. And I will insert this here, 0.4. Done. You can already see the graph, all the points at least, down here. I can go to this menu and click on this sign, which is the auto scale, and now you see all points in focus. Let me also work on this column, the vertical column Y. Double click, call this time squared. There is a drop menu that gives you some possibilities of superscripts, subscripts, Greek letters. So time squared, the same thing for units, second squared. I'm not going to bother with a short name for now. For the options, let's make this black, same color as the horizontal axis, and everything else should be okay. Now, for the uncertainty in time squared, I need to take data from a column. Do not use a fixed value or a percent value. In Excel, we had generated the uncertainties. In general, they may be different. This came out to be the same. But the idea is that you copy the content of this column and then you want to insert a new column for the uncertainties. So I'll go to data, new manual column, call it something different. Let's call it delta t squared. So I'm going to use an upper Greek letter, delta t, and then superscript 2. And units should be second squared. And that's it. And in this place, I will insert the uncertainties. And I will say that double click on the time squared column and say for the options, the error bar calculations, the uncertainty should be taken from this column that I just created, delta t squared. And now you see all the error bars. Okay, and then you see the labels for the axis. Best fit line is you just click on this for a linear fit. Same thing as going to analyze and say linear fit. you get the linear fit, the best fit line with the slope, the y-intercept, and the correlation, the r-squared value. For the minimum maximum, you need to go to curve fit, same thing as analyze curve fit, and you have to select linear. We do need a linear maximum slope or minimum slope. Let's try an automatic fit. I'm going to change this now by clicking on manual. So this is my manual fit. The line sits on top of the previous one. I'm going to change this shortly. You'll see how. So let me double click on this. And one thing I can do is change the color to distinguish it from the best fit. So for example, I can select blue. And the other thing I need to do is enable the line drag. And this is important because now if you go close to the line, you see that it can move this around. And this is really convenient for analyzing the data because you can move the line inside the error bars how you think displays the uncertainty and the slope best, and not be limited by just the two extreme points. So I'm going to leave this here for now. Let's move this to the other side. I'm going to do the same thing for the minimum slope. So again, I'll go to curve, try the automatic first. It's still on linear, so this is fine. So manual, I will change the color for that. Go to appearance. Let's make this red, for example. And also enable the line drag. And again, I can move the lines around. So for example, let's say I want to make the red line be the minimum slope and the blue line be the maximum slope. So something like this. Let's move the red line a bit further down. And the blue line being the maximum slope. That's basically it. You can also give title to the graph. So just click inside, double click inside the graph. You can give a title here. So this was time squared versus height. I need also the minor ticks, maybe as dashed. I'm going to remove the circles around the points, the point protectors. And finally, I will put this in the Word file as my time lab report. So this is already selected. You can see the squares around in the frame. So I'm just gonna copy, Control or Command C in the Mac, open a Word file, blank document, and paste. And this is done. I hope that helps.